Now let's move on to the second part of the proof. In the second part of the proof, we have to establish an isometry from the space X which is given onto a subspace W, and we have to construct an isometry, and we also have to prove that W is dense in X cap, or W closure should be equal to X cap, which is what we have to prove. So in this part, we will be establishing two important facts. One is, since X is the space which is extended onto a new space X cap, we must able to define an isometry from the space X onto the subspace, some subspace W of X cap, which is what we have to do in the first place. And in the second part, after defining this isometry, we should be able to prove the fact that W should be dense in X cap, or W closure should be equal to X cap. These are the two things which we are going to prove. So in the first sense, we have to define the space W and define an isometry from X to W. So for each B element of X, we can define a sequence B, 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 etc., which is always convergent because it's a constant sequence. Since it is convergent, it can be termed as a Cauchy sequence. So associated with this Cauchy sequence, there must exist an element in X cap, which should be the limit of this sequence. Since this is a constant sequence, it should converge to the point B. So the element which associates with this sequence is B cap. We have started from a particular element B in X. So associated with a particular element B in X, we can define a constant Cauchy sequence B, 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 etc., which converges to B, and associated with that, we have an element B cap in X cap. Now, using this fact, we will establish a mapping from a space X onto another space W. W is a subspace of X cap, where W is defined as the image of T. So the mapping is associated with every element B, we define a constant sequence B, 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 etc., which converges to a point B, and associated with that point, there's an equivalence class B cap in X cap. So we are mapping a particular element B onto the equivalence class B cap. So T maps B onto the equivalence class B cap, which consists of all the sequence which converges to B, which is in X cap. So TB should be equal to B cap. Okay, now we have to prove that this is an isometry. Then for that, we have to establish the fact that it preserves distance. So D cap of B cap C cap should be equal to, by the definition of D cap, we can observe the fact that D cap of C cap, B cap C cap should be equal to limit D of xn yn, where xn should be the sequence corresponding to x and yn should be the sequence corresponding to y. In our case, d cap of b cap c cap should be equal to limit n tends to infinity d of sequence b b b b b and sequence c c c c c etc. So since the sequence consists of constant elements, so limit of d of bc should be the answer. Since in our sequence every element is b and it corresponding to c cap, the sequence consists of only the constant term c. So limit of d of b comma c. Since this is a constant number, its limit should be the same. So d cap of b cap c cap should be equal to d of bc. From that, it is clear that it preserves distance. Now, we will establish that this isometry is injective. For that, we take some t of b should be equal to t of c. Since t of b should be equal to b cap, t of c should be equal to c cap. B cap consists of all the sequences which converges to B, and C cap consisting of all the sequence which corresponds to or converges to C. So T of B should be equal to T of C implies B cap should be equal to C cap. Associated with B cap, we have a constant sequence B B B B. From that, we make an element which is in X. That element is B. So associated with C cap, we have a constant sequence C C C C C, and corresponding to that we have an element C in X. So B cap is equal to C cap implies B should be equal to C. So T of B equal to T of C implies B is equal to C. So we can say that our map is injective. Also, our map is surjective because associated with every element b cap in W or T of X, we must have a constant sequence B, 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 which is produced from taking an arbitrary element B in X. So associated with every element in B cap in X cap, we have an element B in X. So it is surjective. So T of X should be equal to W. So it is 1, 1 on 2 and distance preserving. A 1, 1 on 2 distance preserving map from a space X onto another space means both the spaces are isometric. So in this case, the space X and the space W are isometric. So we have defined an isometry from a space X onto W, where the space W consisting of all the representative corresponding to the constant sequences where the constant is taken from X. Okay, which is what we have established. Now we have to prove that our space W, which consisting of all the representatives of the form X cap or B cap associated with the constant sequence XXXX or BBBBB. Now we have to prove that this space is dense in X cap. In order to prove that it is dense in X cap, we have to take an arbitrary element in X cap and we have to find another element in W such that both of them are close to each other. So, or if you take an arbitrary element in X cap, you have to find another element in W such that both of them are close to each other or the element is in W which belongs to some epsilon neighborhood of the element which we have chosen. So what we are going to do is we are choosing an element X cap in X. So associated with this element there should exist a sequence because this element is chosen as the limit of the Cauchy sequence, this representative. So there exists a sequence Xn in X cap because this equivalence class consisting of all the Cauchy sequence which converges to X. So Xn should be a Cauchy sequence. So Xn should be a Cauchy sequence means d of Xn Xm should be less than epsilon by 2 after a certain stage. We choose that M as a capital M. So What we are going to do is we are replacing the definition of Cauchy sequence. Instead of m, we are replacing it by n and fixing n. So after a certain stage, d of xn xm should be less than epsilon by 2. After a certain stage, we are fixing this n. Okay, so d of xn x capital N should be less than epsilon by 2, where n greater than or equal to n. So instead of the variable m, we are replacing it by a fixed n. This can be obtained by the definition of the Cauchy sequence. Now, associated with that term xn, we take a sequence xn, 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 xn. Then this sequence converges to the number xn. Associated with that, we have an equivalence class xn cap. This is a limit of the constant sequence, and by the definition of W, for every point xn in capital X, the constant sequence belongs to W. So the equivalence class xn cap is an element in W. And d of xn xn, d of d cap of x cap xn cap should be equal to limit n tends to infinity d of xn, which is an element which we have chosen associated with this element x cap in capital X, and associated with xn cap we have chosen the constant sequence xn. So this we have already established that by the definition of Cauchy sequence, d of xn x capital N should be less than epsilon by 2, and so the limit should also be less than epsilon by 2. So in general we take it as less than epsilon. So what we got is we took an element x cap which is in capital X cap the space. We found an element xn cap in W which is arbitrarily close to what the element which we have chosen. So the element xn cap which belongs to the space W belongs to some epsilon neighborhood of the point which we have chosen. So corresponding to every point which we chose in capital X cap, we can always find an element in W which belongs to the epsilon neighborhood of the point. So from that we can certainly establish the fact that W should be dense in capital X cap. In order to prove the dense, it is enough to prove the fact that for every element which is in capital X cap, there should be an element which belongs to W which should be arbitrarily close to our chosen element. Here, our chosen element is X cap. We have find another element in W which is arbitrarily close to our element. So, this is true for every X. So, we can say that W is dense in capital X. So, our second part is over.